Hey guys, this is Siddharth and you are watching College Companion. And today we have a very special guest with us. Over the last 2 weeks, हमको काफी सारी queries economics से related है because I keep posting about it. So who else better than Vidhi Kalra to help us? Vidhi Kalra is currently an assistant professor at Symbiosis College in Pune. And उनका एक अपना चैनल भी है 5 Minute Economics जहाँ पर वो इकोनॉमिक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट्स के बारे में बात करती है. We'll briefly discuss all these topics around economics, around her work with regards to economics. Hi Vidhi, first of all, how are you doing?
Hello, how are you all? Firstly, thank you so much for the lovely introduction. And yes, it's nice to have all of you who are hearing us. So yeah, let's get started.
So Vidhi, first of all, काफी confusion है with regards to economics. So if you can tell us what is economics?
So basically, I don't want to give a very bookish, definition because I'm sure that anyone can just go and Google it and find it. So I feel economics is something which is omnipresent. It is there everywhere. And we actually don't realize it. I mean, it's a very budding subject. I would say back in like maybe 10 से 20 साल पहले, if we think, very few people took economics as a career, like engineering, doctor, that were the main things, CA, all those things were there. But now with the coming times, I've seen so many people have got an interest in economics. And moreover, if you see that even if you go for any competitive examination, you see eco har jagah hoti hai. Thodi, if you're even doing a BA course, you're preparing for UPSC, either you are, UGC NET, ya kuch bhi aap prepare karo, eco thoda comes everywhere. It's actually very much present in all the places. And I would say that economics is something which we don't realize that we are taking an economic decision every day in our life. A very simple example I would give when we start studying economics, like just the very primary level. So we are taught in the very first chapter that how do we allocate our scarce resources to our unlimited wishes. We all have unlimited wishes, like we all know, even like everyone can relate to me with that. We can't possibly buy everything what we desire. So we kind of think that acha chalo abhi ye le lete hain, and then later on we can buy that. So something economics is something like that only. You are taking a decision of buying what your resource allocation. It's basically a study of business, study of money, all of it. Economics is everywhere. I would just say that. And since I love economics so much, I don't want to sound very biased, but it is a really upcoming subject and one should know about it, even if you're from the other background or other, you're not even related to economics, but news may, if you read the newspaper, it's more of economics everywhere. So that is what I would say about economics from my side.
So yeah, that's a very broad answer, and I think इससे काफी insight मिलता है कि about the omnipresent aspect of economics. But there is a lot of confusion with regards to, people tend to confuse economics with finance. जो न्यूज़पेपर का एक फाइनेंस वाला पेज होता है, बिजनेस वाला पेज होता है, people tend to confuse a lot. So उनको आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे?
So ऐसे तो I feel economics को ना stock से भी बहुत confuse करते हैं. Like people think if you are an economist, then sometimes people have asked me, what stock to invest in, and I'm like, really, like I have just recently started to invest. I myself am learning, and to know a lot about stocks, I'm not the right person. So people always confuse economics with finance, with stock, and that is what comes with mathematics. All of it, सब लोग थोड़ा confuse कर देते हैं. So I think finance, if I would say general layman के term में, finance is more of managing of funds, managing your cash, managing your assets. That is basically what short में अगर बोलूं crux of finance. But economics में क्या आ जाता है? Economics में more of managing your resources, managing your goods, managing services. It's that I would say, as I just explained, like in the first very question, that how do we allocate our desires and wishes and demands to scarce resources? So that is more of economics rather than just about money, which is finances. Money सोच के finance will come in our mind. Economics is money and a lot more than money. So that is what I feel, the difference between the two.
And in economics also, मतलब 11th 12th में whoever studied economics या उसके beyond, there is a very concrete division between microeconomics, macroeconomics, and then there is econometrics. So these subjects are quite common when you start talking about economics.
Yes, definitely.
So वो किस aspect पे काम करते हैं these subjects?
Okay, so I think एक अगर कोई भी जनरल किसी ने शायद इको के बारे में थोड़ा भी सुना हो, they might know कि माइक्रो थोड़ा क्या होता है, इंडिविजुअल लेवल देखता है, और मैक्रो एज दे से कि होल इकोनॉमी टर्म्स में, लाइक इट्स अ वाइडर स्कोप होता है मैक्रो हर चीज का. माइक्रो जो हम पढ़ते हैं एज द नेम सजेस्ट थोड़ा छोटा लेवल होता है, मैक्रो इज द ओवरऑल होल इकोनॉमी का वर्किंग, ना कि एक फर्म का या एक इंडस्ट्री का. वेरस अभी तो मुझे लगता है इकोनॉमिक्स के बहुत सारे जॉनर्स आ गए. माइक्रो तो अब बहुत कम रह गए, अब कितने सारे बिहेवियरल इकोनॉमिक्स, बी इट इकोनोमेट्रिक्स एज यू जस्ट मेंशन, दैट इज अ वेरी अपकमिंग सब्जेक्ट, एंड फाइनेंशियल इकोनॉमिक्स इज देयर, अपना डेवलपमेंट इकोनॉमिक्स, इंटरनेशनल इकोनॉमिक्स. सो इकोनॉमिक्स काफी सारे उसकी फील्ड्स है. लाइक इनिशियली जब हम पढ़ना शुरू करते हैं, एवरीवन जस्ट स्टडीज विद इको, एंड देन उसको हम डिवाइड करते हैं. इवन आई हैव इन माय मास्टर्स सेकेंड ईयर में आई गॉट टू स्पेशलाइज इन इंटरनेशनल ट्रेड, तो मैंने ट्रेड में थोड़ा स्पेशलाइजेशन किया. तो दैट इज देयर कि वो तो आपके इंटरेस्ट के ऊपर है, आप डेवलपमेंट में जाओ, अर्बन डेवलपमेंट में जाओ, बहुत सारी फील्ड्स है इकोनॉमिक्स के. सो दैट इज देयर व्हिच या
So it has started to become a very umbrella term जिसमें almost every field is interacting at some level. For example, behavioral economics, you would have some sort of aspect from psychology getting, added to
I
it.
mean, yeah, exactly. So that you might relate to me, like we all know abhi jo Ronaldo wala incident hua, he just removed 2 bottles of Coke and value of Coke fell. So this is actually behavioral economics only. Ki, we see the behavior of people. One, his just 2 seconds ka move of removing bottle of Coke and putting water, like this can be a whole study कि कैसे उसके stocks गिरे. There are a lot of other things, but this is what behavioral economics is. हम जब कभी भी कुछ खरीदने जाते हैं, if we read sale है, सस्ता है, let's just buy it. So that is how behavioral economics works. Studying the behavior of people, how of the consumer, कैसे वो react करेंगे अगर वो 50 plus 49 वो ऐसे करके percentage of how they put it. So this is a very recent incident which happened, so I just wanted to bring it to you all ki that is a part of behavioral economics.
Wow. And अब आपकी career की बात करें, so how did your interest started in economics? I think आपने bachelor's, you have followed a proper economics career path from bachelor's. So bachelor's इसमें कहाँ से कैसे establish हुआ, and how do you feel about it?
So basically, it's not like I just started from bachelor's. I have been studying economics past 10 years. I mean, I chose it as an optional subject in class 9. So abhi काफी time हो गया that I got acquainted with economics. And then, I mean, it was something which interested me, like, from the very beginning, मुझे पढ़ के मजा आता था. I used to score well also, at that time, something which you score well, आपको लगता है आपका interest उसमें. And I definitely had my interest in that, and that's the reason when I went for my graduation, undergrad, I would say. So then I did bachelor's in economics. I had specialized in economics, like how you called it in Bombay, since I did it from Jai Hind College Bombay. There they call it eco majors. DU में जाओगे तो आप eco honors बोलते हैं, like how they call it like that. So that was my interest about. And in my third year of undergrad, I was a little confused. Should I go for a generic MBA, how most of the people of us think, or should I just go for core economics? I was a little confused at that time, but I think I at that time took a very good decision कि मैं सोचा कि जो मेरा interest है या जो मेरा forte है, why should I just go for an MBA because everyone else is going? Let me just stick to that, and that is why then मैंने masters भी economics में किया. I did MSc economics from Symbiosis Pune itself. So that is how my interest, it began back in school, and it just kept going that way.
So you're an assistant professor.
Yes. So basically, right after my master's, I just want to put that journey. So I never had in my mind that I will become a professor. I mean, teaching career was never in my mind, even till my master's. Like when I completed my master's, I thought ki, corporate job, how everyone thinks ki master's ke baad ab apna job hai, life is set. That kind of thinking I also had. But then I started to think when, college में placements होने लगी, I didn't even sit for a single placement because I was like, why do I want to do that? Like, do I really want to do that? Or just because my friends and my batchmates are sitting for the placement, let me just also sit. So at that point, I took a call, let me just think and go slow. I mean, I was lucky I never had any family pressure or anything like that to just take up a job immediately. I wanted to take a break after my master's, and that is when I came back to my hometown, Lucknow, and I started to think, what lines to go on. Do I really want to do a 9-to-5 job? job, or do I really want to go into core research kind of a job? So that is the time I thought ki why not give UGC NET, because back in my undergrad मैं अपने बहुत friends को economics में help करती थी लोग, like जब भी paper होता था they used to like पढ़ा दे, just teach us this. So I used to just do it, and they always used to say you teach really well. So I never took that compliment as a very serious thing. But later on I realized कि हाँ मुझे पढ़ाने में interest है, and why not give an attempt for UGC NET exam जो lectureship के लिए and professorship के लिए, you need that paper. So I was like कि but मेरे कुछ friends ने दिया भी था back in my master, but I had never attempted for that because I was like that is not my interest back then. Later on then I started to prepare, and I thought let me just focus on one thing, like let me not do any internship or anything. So when 4 months like I devoted for this exam, because it is a little tough one. I mean you need to prepare a lot. How competitive exams, कोई भी exam easy नहीं in fact. So I was lucky, I would say, that मेरा first stroke में clear हो गया था exam. So that is what happened back in 2019. तो मैंने वो clear किया, and then I became eligible to become a professor in a university. So that is how my journey started. Yeah.
I mean, you also had those doubts that whether to, sit for placement, and then you had some sort of clarity that let's try this. And then after delving into UGC NET, you realize that this is something you enjoy and would want to carry.
ये तो try करके देखना है, attempt करना ही, like
Yeah.
I was like, why when attempt, try करके देखती हूँ, what if I clear? I also had my doubts that what if I not, because the percentage to clear is very little, but thankfully I could. तो मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि I was very sure from the very beginning कि मुझे teaching में ही जाना है. With time, I think that stage of life everyone has, like 20, 21, maybe all are confused कि अभी क्या, what next, अब grad हो गया क्या करना, masters हो गया क्या करना, So with time, I think with धीरे-धीरे doubts मैंने clear करते गए. I took some suggestions, and everyone helped me out, and then thankfully I could get the field which I love, and not just do what I want to do, but I love to do.
Amazing. And if you can tell us a little bit about UGC NET, what exam it is, how often it happens, and anything you would like to share about it.
So basically UGC NET exam is an important exam for the point of view of lectureship, as I just mentioned, and secondly for even PhD. Some universities want you to clear the NET exam, then only you can apply for even PhD. So this exam back then, like back in 2019, I would say now, since because of the pandemic, things have changed. It used to happen twice a year, once in June and once in December. And basically it has two papers. One is your general paper, which is for everyone. And one is your subject which you are focusing on. So if I want to become a professor in English, I would need to give the English exam plus the general paper. So I gave two papers. One was the general paper and the second one was the economics. So that is how it works. And 50%, uska more weightage is on the core paper. So 200 questions basically came from your economics and 100 from your general. But you need to clear both of them. And uska passing percentage is very low. It's I think 40% or something. But then just clearing the exam wouldn't make you, you wouldn't be eligible. So uske baad it's on percentile base. So I believe if you score above 94 percentile, then only can you, then you clear the exam. 40% is so nothing. It's just you have cleared it. But if you're eligible for JRF and LS, that is lectureship, then you need to score above 94 percentile. So that is how this exam works. I mean, many people are still not aware about it because it's not a very, like how CAT ka exam is very famous. This exam people don't know, but it's really scope bahut hai is exam ka if you clear it, I would say. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like even in GATE, I mean they have some sort of qualification, but it does no good. It does no good, like you said, for UGC.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just that you have cleared, but there is no use.
Percentile based, yeah. So okay, wo cutoffs different hote for different subjects, and since I am giving you for economics, I would say economics ka cutoff one of the highest hota hai. So if you are preparing for that, to thoda difficult hai, but I would say aisa bhi nahi hai ki rocket science and you can't clear it. Of course, aap mehnat karoge to ho jayega clear. So it has for various subjects, even French, yoga. आपको कोई भी एग्जाम में PhD करनी है या प्रोफेसर बनना है, you need to give NET. That is something which is compulsory in India. Yeah.
Okay, and around 94, 95 percentile, if you get, you have a good chance of clearing. Around 90.
Yeah, exactly. And both need to clear, like your first paper, paper 1, and paper 2 above that. So 98, 99 के around आया, then only you are safe. Like that.
I read your CV also. I think you had something like 98 or 99 percentile.
So I scored 99.25 in paper 1. वो काफी अच्छा हो गया था मेरा. And paper 2 में 97 point कुछ था, तो मेरा overall 98.9 बना था. So it was a good like score, I would say.
Wow.
So yeah.
Definitely good. I mean, you will obviously downplay it, but yeah, 98 plus is amazing. And now, if you talk about your experience till now as a professor, I don't think you had enough chance because of the lockdown.
The lockdown. So I mean, I would say I have had a good chance that way, because I have because of my channel, I could do asynchronous as well as synchronous. So because I joined college and the pandemic began, so I never had the chance to interact with my students in real time, I would say. But I mean, I would say virtually हुआ था, ऐसे real हम लोग मिल नहीं पाए थे. But it has been nice. It has been short and sweet. And initially, I used to feel a little weird, just talking to the laptop. And there are a lot of people who are hearing you. I feel they are hearing me, but not getting replies. And because obviously, I can very well imagine if I was on their side. सुबह सुबह उठ के laptop खोल के, no one wants to, when you go to class, you meet your friends, you see someone talking. So that's a different experience overall. And overall, that experience has been good. But I would say my experience on YouTube, asynchronous learning, जो मेरी audience वहाँ पर है, they have also appreciated and liked my work. So it's a good experience teaching wise, I would say. And still learning, I would say I'm still very young. I'm still very new. There are a lot of experienced people than me who can, I have still a lot of scope in this field. अभी तो start किया है बस, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back in a few years and then use your experience for our video. So
definitely.
Yeah. And what would you like to say to budding economists, budding professors? That yeah. I mean, how can they improve their research profile? UGC-NET is obviously one thing, but if someone is very sure starting their bachelor's that they want to become a professor someday, so how should they prepare themselves? Is there something external that they can use with regards to internships or projects or research papers? So what would you suggest to them?
Definitely, internships, as you just mentioned, is something which is now picking up a lot of, like, now abhi thoda dheela ho gaya because of the pandemic, but internships obviously count a lot. And you jitna aap experience karoge, you will learn. Experience se you tend to learn a lot. Secondly, research papers, definitely. Few years back, I would say, even when I was doing my undergrad, the research kitna value nahi tha. But I would say within 5 to 6 years, the scope has changed. Undergrad, maybe research colleges are encouraging students for writing a research paper. So, I mean, research paper, definitely writing that if you are planning to go in this field. Secondly, I would say, agar aap research paper mein nahi interested ho ya thoda boring lagta hai, even I, till now, I don't find research very interesting. I'm more of like into teaching. So I would say, write your own blog, have your own blog, thoda likho, follow people who actually, like tell you good things as in related to economics. And I mean, in the newspaper, we tend to read so many terms. We don't know the meaning. You pick up the newspaper and they're like NBFCs and, loan monetarium and what all comes. So all of that, you can just read a little. I as a professor, even till now, I hate reading a newspaper. I would be frank to tell you, mujhe newspaper padna bilkul pasand nahi. But then obviously I need to read, I need to be updated for my students, for myself. So on my phone, I have so many apps like Livemint app. So I have downloaded all of them. So usme notifications aate hain, then I tend to read it. So I would say it took me a very long time to read all these articles and journals. And back in my college days, I never used to. But if you want to come in this field, and even if you don't want to, I mean, I would say ki reading, being updated with news definitely helps a lot. मैं तो अभी थोड़ा ज़्यादा पढ़ती हूँ because for my page, I want good content. I want my audience to know all of that. But I would say reading definitely helps. And, now to Instagram, we have so many, like, I am not only promoting my page, but there are so many people who teach such good things and in very, very cute way, 30 seconds ke reels mein we get good information. So follow such people, you will be updated. You don't have to put a lot of effort, and that way you can learn also, and it's nice also. So yeah, that is what I would say to budding, economists and who want a career in this particular field. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a very good point. We can say that it's the 21st century way of studying, because at the time when you or I would be in school, we had a very traditional sense of education. We had a very traditional idea of education that, there are books, you learn from them, you have your queries, you go to your teachers. But now a lot has changed. We have a lot of people on the internet that inspires us, that, gives us some sort of direction and something to look forward to. As you said, that even in such small time, people are coming up with such beautiful videos and creative ideas that can really inspire you and increase your interest in the subject. And you are one such example. I mean, you started a YouTube channel, you are also active on Instagram, and you talk a lot about economic terms. And recently when COVID came in, you also talked about vaccinations. And we as creators do not see the impact of it, but when we see it from the point of view of a viewer, as I do in your case, I observe what you do, and I think that impact is quite huge.
That's very sweet of you to say. I am happy. The content creators or whoever are making such videos, they also want acha feedback hota hai na? So we are also motivated to find more. I made one on cryptocurrency, since that's the talk of the hour. So I'm like, little by little, I can, I need to first learn a lot. Though then only I can, educate my audience in a fun way. I just don't want to make it very boring, and that way I just try my best to do it. Yeah.
You also mentioned blogs. I think anyone can write a blog these days, make a short video. These sort of actions also have other advantages. Your personality improves. You learn your communication skill. You learn to jot down a concept in a very small and catchy way.
You learn a lot when you teach. I mean, exactly. As a professor now, I've started to teach in college, and when students ask me something, or even my knowledge increases. So as they say, there's no end to learning. We can always learn. So that way, if you are teaching someone, you yourself are learning so much in the process of teaching. So that is definitely there.
This was a very important conversation with regards to economics and its status, and coming this right from you, who is currently pursuing a career in the same. I think our audience would be really delighted to have this. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
I really want to pitch in 5-minute economics, where Vidhi puts a lot of effort in simplifying the concept of economics.
I actually, when I started this channel, I didn't know I will get such a good response, and I'm really happy it's doing well. All thanks to my viewers, subscribers who take the effort to watch my videos. So definitely, and people like you who appreciate our work. So that I would say encourages us and motivates us to work even harder. That is there. Yes. Thank you, Siddharth.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Do check out her channel. I asked Vidhi about UGC. I think she also has a full-fledged video on that topic, so I'll put that link in the description as well.
Yeah. The tips and tricks. I've made 3 videos on UGC net preparation, and I'll definitely be coming with more videos. So that definitely has helped a lot of people. I'm not saying it. People have told me. So you can actually refer to that, because it's a detailed video. I don't want to make this session only about that. So you can actually refer to that video. Thank you so much, Siddharth, for having me. Bye, guys. Take care and follow my channel. And please subscribe to my channel and follow my page, and also follow College Companion, who does really amazing work as well.
Thank you so much.